We're here at BPM with who I'm calling the Laser Cop. Sir, what is your name?
Jim Webb.
Jim, tell us a little bit about what the regulations are or the guidelines for lasers in the UK.
Well, UK has to comply with everything else around the world. The standard involved there is something called IEC 60825. Now, I'm quoting all the numbers, you don't need to know all those numbers. The important thing is everybody has to comply with that, because those regulations are written to tell you what is safe to receive in the eye and what isn't. And that's what it's all about. What can you be hit with without any damage happening to you?
So what are we looking at, 5 milliwatts and less?
5 milli, absolute maximum transient will be 5 milliwatts.
Okay.
The regulation actually stipulates 1 milliwatt, and that's considered to be unconditionally safe. But in terms of things moving around and transient exposure to anything up to 5 milliwatts, that can be acceptable. Anything above 5, it then reaches, things start happening very quickly.
Sure.
And damage can start happening very quickly above that.
I suppose it also depends on the quality of the laser, hot mirrors, all that kind of fun stuff as well.
I mean, there are a lot of variables involved in that.
Okay, so if you have a laser that's over 5 milliwatts, what do you got to do? Do you need special permission to use this? Do you need anything at all besides just some guidelines to use?
The guideline above that, anything above 5 milliwatts has to be 10 feet or 3 meters above any surface on which the audience is permitted to stand. Now again, that's the verbiage. In other words, if you've got a table nearby and you've got something at 3 meters or 10 feet, you can stand on the table and get a face full of it. That's again common sense. It's like, you know, what's the real world? That's the real bottom line.
Sure.
What's going to happen and what's likely to happen.
Do we need to post any kind of warnings about radiation, anything like that? Is it just common?
Typically, no. It's a case of if you've got a public thing or even a TV studio or whatever, obviously you need some kind of indication that there are lasers being used. And because of the nature of the lasers being used, you may very well have to have a situation where people need to know where they are, where to avoid the beams and stuff like that. But then again, it's like, you know, a warning for
don't be stupid.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Well, that's brilliant, and that's going to help a lot of people out there. A lot of questions. We are real funny about it in the States.
I know.
You guys are a little more laid back.
I actually do a lot of work in the States, because currently I'm actually in the States developing a new sets of lasers, again, for entertainment and such.
Nice.
So I have a lot of ties out there as well.
Well, we'll probably end up seeing you at some US trade shows then.
The only trade shows you will have seen me at would be Clio and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I mean, again, I'm not active in the sense that I'm on a trade show. But what I do, on a trade stand. I do write software, which is actually available on the net or to anybody who wishes to buy it. And that's one of the things I do. The software is based on the international standards, and you plug in the values, and it will tell you if you have a dangerous situation or if it's a safe situation, and it gives you an indication of the guidelines, what to look out for, and stuff like that. So
there it is from the pro's mouth. This guy's the authority on it, and he's telling you how it is. Follow his guidelines, and you'll be just fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on there.